Good morning. It's just after midday on Friday the 28th of August, and I set off from Parbold not that long ago, and the path's a bit wet again. We had quite a downpour this morning. We certainly had some overnight rain, but according to my trusty app, which is Rain Today, it tells me there's going to be no more rain at all. So it's a bit of a gamble, this. I'm expecting a bit of a soaking at some point, to be honest, but it shouldn't be too long today. And this is where the logistics are getting just a little bit difficult, depending on the buses and the bus times. Like the bus I caught this morning, the 11 o'clock, it only runs every other hour, so I missed the 9 o'clock, not expecting it to be like that, and I had to wait till 11, but I made use of that time. I went and sat back in the camper van while there was actually quite a heavy downpour while I was in it, and got on with about an hour or so's editing, and to be honest, it doesn't matter when I do it. It's a big job. It's usually about a 4 or 5 hour job to make a video, and so an hour saved, like this morning, is an hour saved tonight, if you understand what I mean. So it does work out quite well. But the wind's blowing behind me today. Hello. The wind's behind me today, which is quite unusual, because when you we're facing more south. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Thank you. When you're walking south, you more or less get it as a side wind, but I'm getting it as a back wind today. But there's plenty of low trees and shelter should it rain, and I'm keen to get this job done now. I'm going to be in Liverpool either tomorrow or the day after, and it's bank holiday on Monday, and then I can start having a bit of a relax, and I'm going to go and see my friends David and Janice in Pembrokeshire, and do a bit of Pembrokeshire coast. Lovely down there, and the wonderful people, and I'm also going to go and see my daughter Sam on next Wednesday. I'm just going to stay the night. Got one or two things to sort out with her, and I look forward very much to that. And I need to go over to Grimsby to pick up my dolly and my car and take it to Burnley. So I've got quite a busy week next week, and I hope to call in and see one or two of the people that I met on the way through Skipton, and I'll be on the phone sometime over the weekend trying to arrange a bit of a social thing rather than walking. And it's served its purpose, this. I'm walking quite well now. I've got no worries at all. What I would be like on hills is a different thing. Something happened yesterday where I had a breakfast yesterday morning, and by the time I finished the walk I was absolutely starving. I hadn't really had enough breakfast, which sounds ridiculous. So this morning I had instead of the normal breakfast, I had the real big belly buster. This is at Morrison's. I think it was originally £5.25. Well, I got it at half price, so I really filled up, and I've also brought some pack up with me just in case I start to feel a bit tired, which is what happened to me yesterday. My legs were okay and all the rest of it. I just felt tired and hungry, which is really unusual for me, but you learn something every day, don't you? So on I go now. At the next place, I've had to ask some of the locals how to pronounce it. It looks quite difficult on paper. It looks like Burscough, C-O-U-G-H, but in actual fact it's pronounced Burscough. So I'm probably about 3 miles from Burscough, and then I'm going to carry on from there and see what roads I can pick up that will take me back by bus into Ormskirk, where I'm staying at the moment. And it's a nice little place. I hope to have a better look around it later on, and if the rain holds off, then I'll get a chance to show you. It's a quaint sort of place. I like it. It reminds me very much of like Beverley up in Yorkshire, which is about 7 or 8 miles north of Hull. It's got a similar kind of feel to it to me. So I'll stop waffling on, and here we go.
enjoying it? It's good. Are you going all the way to Leeds?
It's just after 1 now, and so I've been walking for just over an hour, and it's very quiet as I expected it to be. I said we might get some rain occasionally, and we've just had maybe a 10-minute shower that came down quite heavy at parts, but it's not too bad. It's brightening up actually. The sky over in the sort of south looks quite bright, whereas in the north it's a little bit more compressed cloud. But I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying this. So there's nothing I can do about nobody being around. Who blames them in this weather? And it's dog walkers or nothing, to be honest with you. And you know, dog walkers, they either love you or they hate you, one or the other. I found. But no, I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes. There's just a few spots left now. And that boat that I was following through the swing bridge, they've parked up further down to get some shelter. And so I shall be catching them up and probably overtaking them. And I can't be far from Burscough now, and I might stop now, a nice cup of tea. So I'll see you later. Oh no, don't worry about that. This is just a film about all the things that happen on the canal. I've walked it from Leeds to Liverpool. So if you can remember this, Jim's Coast Path. It's on there. It's on there tomorrow night.
We'll have a look at it, yeah. Coast Path.
All right. Have a good time.
Thank you.
It's 20 past 2 now, and here I am in Burscough, and I've made a decision as I've been walking along, thinking about my logistics and how it works and how I'm feeling, and I've decided to call it a day here and tack all this footage onto tomorrow's walk, which will be to a place further down still called Maghull, which is just outside of Liverpool, and from there I can leave my van somewhere in Maghull rather than take it right into Liverpool. I've just been talking to a very nice woman who lives on one of the boats, and she was sort of saying, well, I don't think you'll get a bus from Southport to Liverpool where the canal crosses, because it's, you know, it's not a built up enough area, and the buses more go through the villages, but they wouldn't stick to the main road. I assume that's right, and I must take her judgment on that. Whereas there's plenty of buses that come to here, starting like at 7 o'clock in the morning and running right through the day. That's Saturday and Sunday, so I think that's important. So that's it for now, and I'm just going to get some shots of this place. It seems quite a nice place. I like these West Lancashire places, so I'm going to go and find the bus stop and show you a little bit of the town of Burscough. See you later. Bye now.